wish there was an easier way to learn how to fire mortars accurately? Well, I think I found the mod just for that. You'll want to use this in a private game or game master, but it is an excellent way to get a good grasp of how the mortars work in the game. And I'll just give you a little bit of demonstration on how this works. First, just go ahead and get your direction and distance marked. That's about 54 degrees. We're going to rotate that. Once we get it rotated, get that lined up with that line, we can now move this over and that will automatically be lined up to the edge of that. And then we can move down here, zoom in to make sure we get this as accurate as possible. Should do it. Let's move down here. Since that's past 10, we'll come down here and mark a line here just so we can, instead of eyeballing it, we want to make it as accurate as possible. Put that X right there on that line so it's an easy reference point. Alright, now we can move the compass, or move that one more time, line it up with that new line now. I'm going to zoom in, make sure we get that accurate, try to make it as accurate as possible. Alright, so that's about 12, 8, 5. Alright. Also have to deal with altitude, but that'll give us a good start. So let's go ahead and grab the big bag first. Alright, we run over here and load up. Grab 7 in the bag, 1 in our hand. We're slow as molasses now. Alright, we got that lined up already, so let's send a few. In order to activate the camera, you want to look at the mortar and then turn the camera on. But we're going to leave it off so we can send a few before we turn the camera on. So now we'll look at it and turn the camera on, and it'll go to a mortar that's already in the air, but you can start seeing the ones that are in front of it land in the vicinity of where we're trying to hit there. Not too bad. Alright, so I'll show you one more time in the daytime, and then we'll do one at night where you can actually see the explosions pretty nice at nighttime. Alright, so that's the 7th one. I want to use the last 8th one to turn the camera on. And then it'll start following some of the rest ones that are already out there. As we start to come over, you'll start to get to see them land at the bottom. That's actually a pretty decent grouping. Alright, so let's do this one time at night and see how it looks. Same deal here. I want to use that 8th last one. I'm going to just give it just a second before I turn the camera on. Alright, there it is. If you want to learn how to do mortars and don't have a front man to tell you where they're landing, this is the next best thing. Alright, thanks for watching.